What's going on, everybody? It's fragged out, swagged out, and you already know why I'm here. And if you're on the East Coast right now, especially in the southern part of the East Coast like I am, it is ugly out there. It is definitely an indicator that the season is changing in a strong way. And what I have to you today, no big reveal because you read it down there or maybe up there. It's transitioning with the seasons, man. Now it's hoodie season. It's getting there. It's getting colder. It's cuffing season. It's hoodie season. It's transition to your colder. Something is happening, and fragrances will change for a lot of people. If you're like me, you're gonna wear whatever you want, whenever you want. But if you respect the seasons, I respect that as well. And that's why what I have for you today is, if you love a fragrance so much that as the seasons change, you want to keep it, but you understand that it may not perform the same, and you just wanted a version of that fragrance with a little bit of steroids, with a little bit of more hair on its chest, I have the perfect combination for you. I have your spring, summer banger, your fall, winter banger, essentially the same DNA, but they operate just a little bit differently to help you work through those seasons, and that is Parfum de Marly's Layton and Parfum de Marly's Layton Exclusive. And let me tell you something, whether you pick one or the other, you're not at a loss. These are amazing fragrances. And I am a fan. I've been a fan. So let's talk a little bit about these fragrances. If you know the fragrance is great, feel free to comment later in the comments. And by the way, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment if you don't already. All right, back to this fragrance stuff though. So what do you have here? We're gonna start off with Layton. So we have this fragrance that you can wear easily through the summer, through the spring, and realistically fall and winter if you want to as well. This is a great like camouflage fragrance. Like, it does well everywhere because although this has a lot of more friendly, uplifting notes, it has a lot of power. It's a really strong performer. So with the original OG Layton, what you're gonna get on the top is apple, bergamot, and lavender. Now, if you've ever smelled Alexandria too, I have that bergamot and that lavender combo as well, and that combo together can cut through all the heavy notes in the world and still smell amazing. And in this fragrance right here, it does that again. Apple and lavender meet back up in this Parfum de Marly's version of a blue fragrance, I guess, or at least the bottle is blue, and it's bright apple, very nice lavender, just the combo is uplifting. It's beautiful. It has bergamot to give it a little bit of that brightness, and then in the heart you get jasmine, you're gonna get violet, and you're gonna get geranium. The geranium is it's almost kind of rosy, but with that violet, it gives it this very nice floral combo that helps the fragrance transition from a bright apple lavender fragrance into what essentially will become your base. And that base is going to be that vanilla, that pepper, Guaiac wood, and patchouli. Now, that patchouli and that vanilla, I always love in the base together because they create this sweet, semi-earthy feel to the fragrance. A little bit creamy, gives it some weight, even though you have those really nice, bright notes up top. By the time you get to the bottom, you feel you have this you have this grown man fragrance. It's not all games with Layton. Layton starts kind of playful, but it ends really strong and it lasts for hours. Now, when I say really strong, you're not going to clear a room out. I mean, it feels like it's still there hours and hours later. The rest of those notes at the top, those floral notes in the mid, those opening notes, that bright apple, that lavender, that citrus, it's going to continue to perform because it's laying on this very heavy bed of patchouli and vanilla that's nice, sweet, earthy, but creamy, and it does not offset the fragrance at all. And this is why it performs so well throughout the entire year. Now, what happens when you get to the time of the year where you're like, it's gonna get colder, but I love this DNA right here. I love the scent profile. I don't want to deviate too far from what Layton has already given me. They set the standard. I need something like this, but just a little stronger, depending on where you live, right? Enters Layton Exclusive. Now, what we have here is essentially the same DNA. Even when you smell both of them at the nozzle, very similar. However, the one thing that's going to stand out immediately, and this is, if you wanted something heavier but you cannot stand animalic notes, then this may not be for you. However, this does not get skanky, does not get fecal, nothing like that, but it is strong in that sense. It's that very almost wild oud tamed by a lot of other sweet fragrances in this one. So very similar to the original. You're going to start with that bergamot, apple, and you get grapefruit. Now you have a lot of bright, fruity, uplifting notes here, and there's a reason for that. That by the time you get to the base, you got so many bigger, harder hitters that you're gonna appreciate these lighter notes up top, kind of cutting through those heavier ones to balance the fragrance out, and it does that beautifully. So essentially, you have the same fragrance for the most part, but what starts changing here is the use of cinnamon. Now that lavender is still here, but you're gonna find it in the heart. But realistically, you still get it in the opening. It just comes alive more in the heart. You get agarwood. Now what I like about companies that put agarwood, or maybe I shouldn't like it, is that they're putting agarwood. They're not saying the word oud, which can mean one of two things. Either to them, the term agarwood and oud are interchangeable, which they shouldn't be, however, or they're saying they're using agarwood. Now, realistically, does this smell like it has oud? To me, it does, but I'll explain why. Even if there's no oud, why will your nose feel like it detects oud? Well, Fragrantica is going to tell you there's oud in there. That's a starter. Secondly, in the base notes, you're going to find cypriol and Guaiac wood. So you have agarwood. Let's just say it's not oud. Let's just call it agarwood as they call it. But you have cypriol, you have Guaiac wood, you have these smoky, woody components with what you already find in agarwood, whether it's oud or not, and it gives it this strong, heavy, woody feel, but still balanced by sweetness of that cinnamon. And again, what you're going to find in this base, just like this one, is that vanilla and patchouli combo, thick, sweet, earthy, together with that agarwood, but balanced out by that green apple and those citrus notes, cinnamon, adding a little bit of sweet spiciness. So what you have is this guy right here. You add some more spice, some more sweetness, some more woody notes, darker, heavier. You're just essentially taking a winter coat, putting it on this, and you walk outside and what you look like is this right here. These two are amazing. Again, I would wear any of them whenever I want. I would wear this on a cool spring, summer night. Like I said, if you use your sprays correctly, if you don't drown yourself in animalic or darker notes, a lot of stuff passes at any time of the year. It's just what you're putting, how much you're putting on, and where you're going, you know. But overall, both of these are amazing. You're not going to fail with either one of these. But if you really want to spread it out and kind of go based off of those seasons, like I said, if you respect the seasons, I respect you for that. But I'm aware what I want when I want. It's your money, you choose. But if this is what you're looking for, that balance between time of the year, still trying to find or identify that one particular DNA that suits you, you may find it right here with this amazing fragrance from Parfum de Marly. That is Layton and Layton Exclusive. That is all I have on these fragrances for you today. If you did like this, please feel free to hit that thumbs up because it helps the channel out. If you're not subscribed at this time, I would appreciate if you do, because I keep coming back and bringing you more videos. And lastly, if you like this and you want to add some more to the discussion, feel free to go down there in the comment section, add your comments. If you have questions, you can do that too. And if you're like, Rico, you bugging and you don't know what you're talking about, you can leave it down there. I'll respond. Right? Or if I feel like we're going to go back and forth, I'll just leave you a heart and a thumbs up because I'll respect your opinion because you listen to mine, and at least we can be respectful to one another. Once again, that's all I have. Thank you very much for watching. This is Fragged Out, Swagged Out, and I'm out.